Members of the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions (NASU) and the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities (SANU), Federal University Lokoja chapter, gathered in their numbers to protest what they termed the federal government's failure to implement agreement reached with the union since 2009. The protesters, carrying placards with various inscriptions, accused the government of failing to pay promotion arrears, salary adjustment, and other entitlements due to their members.
We also have the case of 2 months' salaries of the union that has not been paid. And that issue has been causing the union a very serious matter. Thirdly, we have the issue of 35%, 25% salary arrears of a full 1 year. As I speak to you now, up to now, none of this has been done or has been payment has been done. Wage award is also there. Promotion arrears has been outstanding. In fact, in the case of Federal University, we have an arrears of promotion from 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and even 2024. And up till now, this arrears has not been paid by the government.
In fact, in this university, we have a peculiarity as well. This is a place where you have over some of our members have over 30 months of promotion arrears, which is verifiable. Understand? Over 30 months of promotion arrears unpaid. Understand? When the local chapter is doing its own, then the federal government is doing its own. In fact, it is so overwhelming. In fact, it has taken us to a level that, if not because our members are disciplined, they would have turned to thief.
According to them, the current economic hardship has worsened their situation, warning that they may embark on an indefinite strike if their demands are not met.
We have our members who have even lost to the cold hand of death because they could not even eat well, let alone taking their drugs. You know, good number of people are having one ailment to the other, and they have to maybe depend on drugs from the hospitals to survive. So you find out that because of this nonchalant attitude of the government, you are not paying what you have willingly agreed to pay. In fact, some members cannot even afford to send their children to schools.
If they fail to meet our demand, this time around is not going to be business as usual. We are going to close down everywhere completely, totally, comprehensively.
The unions, however, said they are waiting for the directives from their national leadership before deciding on the next line of action. Tehumba Akaya, AIT News, Lokoja.
Member Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities (SANU) and the Non-Academic Staff Union (NASU) of the Moses Oshoa Adaso University Makurdi, formerly known as the Benue State University, highlighting a couple of grievances, including the unjust disbursement of the 50 billion naira earned allowances, non-payment of the 25 and 35% salary increments, and the renegotiation of the 2009 federal government agreement, amongst others.
Greatest Jack! Great! We assemble here today at the new convocation square of Reverend Father Moses Oshoa Adaso University, Makurdi, to press home our demands. We are protesting against the inhuman treatment of government against our members in the federal and state institutions. If you recall, fuel subsidy was removed and government made a lot of promises, including better wages. And up to this moment, the promises have remained like a mirage. Our members embarked on a peaceful and a lawful demonstration in 2022. Went on a legal industrial action, and we signed agreement with federal government. The federal government ended up withholding the salaries of our members. 2009 agreement was to be renegotiated as far back as 2014. As we speak, this is 2015. 10 years, 2025. 10 years later, after the renegotiation was supposed to commence, federal government is still playing dilly-dallying with the issues. They had Munzale Committee, they have Nimi Briggs, they have Babalakin Committee, now they have Yayale Ahmed. A lot of committees have come in and they have gone. It's government that has set up these committees. And at the end of each renegotiation, government will dump it by the side. And we are saying enough is enough. We are also saying that the third-party deduction for our members in federal institutions should be repaid back to them with immediate effect. We want to come back home here to state universities. As we speak to you, our members at the Reverend Father Moses Osho Adasu University have not been receiving the new minimum wage. We are still owed. It is not implemented. Both the 25 and 35% that was implemented since January 2023. Our staff here are not enjoying that money. We are also having internal issues of usurpation of headship positions of our members. We also want to bring it that it is not really a crime to work in the state university. We have been working here. Our members that have retired for over 3 years, they have not been paid their retirement benefits. And we say today, as we are converged on all campuses here to protest this injustice, we are calling on both the federal government and the state government to do the needful. At the local branch here, we are already on strike, and we are saying nothing less than payments of allowance for implementation of our promotion arrears, implementation of our 25 and 35% wage award, implementation of our minimum wage. We are not going back to work. And federal government to note at this moment that we will no longer take on promises. We are tired of MOUs and MOAs. And now the only thing we will respect at this moment is that we want alerts, and we are urging the federal government to conclude the renegotiation. Now, we are giving them not less than 1 week from today. If the renegotiation is not concluded, to give us better wages as they are promised, we will no longer be able to come to work. Our members have been borrowing money to come to work. They can no longer pay house rents. They cannot pay their children's school fees. They cannot feed properly again. And we are saying enough is enough. Most of our members are sick. They cannot access good medical care because of unavailability of good health care. And even the money that we are supposed to take to hospital, government is not giving us, because what they are giving us is not what is called minimum wage. It's not a living wage. It's a barely survival wage where our members are now burdened with loans from banks and from loan sharks. And we are saying we cannot continue. We have had cause to bury some of our members who have died due to either stroke or other serious death burdens or ailments. These are all occasioned by the high price of food commodity, high price of services, transportation, medical bills, and you can name it. And therefore, we are saying no. Even some have been ejected from their houses. How can you be working for government and you will not be able to pay your house rent? We are saying today enough is enough. And we want the entire world to know, because we have been very, very patient. For the 25 and 35%, this is getting to 2 years we have been patient. For the minimum wage, it is over 1 year. And we are saying today, as we have converged here, we are no longer going to take anything less, except to receive alerts, and that the renegotiation is completed within 1 week. Yes, we are saying we no longer agree. Jack! Greater Jack! Great!
They must pay us.
Same for the SANU and NASU of the Joseph Sawantaka University, previously known as the Federal University of Agriculture, Makurdi, who also staged a peaceful protest at the institution.
Our demands are rooted in fairness, equity, and the basic principles of labor justice. The issues are as follows. Renegotiation of the 2009 federal government SANU agreement. The agreement signed over decades ago was to address structural imbalances, welfare concerns, and career progression for non-teaching staff. Today, it remains largely unimplemented. Renegotiation is not a luxury, but a necessity. The world has changed since 2009.
You, Father, Lord Christ, Father, intervene.
Pray, oh God,
for your word. That say, ask and it shall be given unto thee.
And after here, we are going to wait for our national leaders who are going to be in talks with government. And we believe so much that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who's a listening leader, will hear us and will do the needful.
Be honorable and keep to your side of the bargain was the general summary of the demands from both institutions of higher learning in the state. Dofan Aga, AIT News, Makudi.